Okay, project number 2 this morning. Well, just not this morning. That injection pump job took me a little time today getting that all straightened out on that compactor. Now, I worked on this truck a week ago and did a whole bunch of work to this thing. I've done a lot to this truck over the years. Interframe the engine, and this truck, when they got it, it was an old United Rentals heavy haul truck for United Rentals. And then this has got that CM871 in it, ISX. And anyway, they didn't have it maybe 2 months, and what happened to that thing? Oh, it was using oil, plugging up the blow-by filter constantly, and had a broke ring on number 5 piston at 350,000 miles on the engine on the truck. So we put the updated pistons with the what do you call it, the having a brain fart, anti-polishing ring in there. The other day I did and then it probably lasted about 3 or 4 years. And that reman cylinder head we got from Cummins, they said that the fuel was real dark looking, and I went over there. I knew what was wrong with it. I've seen it happen quite a few times. And anyway, went over there, and I knew that one of the coppers in the cylinder head was bad and pushing carbon back into the fuel system. So we put a brand new cylinder head on it instead of a reman piece of shit. So the other day, it had been quite a while since I'd looked at this truck, probably a good year or so, and it had 2 wheel seals out. It needed brakes on the back drive axle. I serviced it. The trailer back there the driver said he was getting smoke. He thought he had a bad brake. Well, it wasn't a brake. It was the ride height on the leveling valve was set too low, and he was hitting a bump there when he was loaded, and the tires were hitting the cross members on the trailer. So I adjusted the leveling valve to get the ride height up higher. And then neither window would roll down, and the wires were all peckered up here where it goes to the door. As you can see, I kind of put some split loom. I soldered the wire together that was broke and fixed that. And the other window, the switch was bad. Let's just see before I install it and see if this window will roll down. Okay. We'll fix this real quick. That fixes that problem. Okay, I need to orientate this the right way, probably like that, since that up is up and that one, yeah, okay. Okay. And then I got a tractor over here that I got to go look at. Same people own. Won't move, I guess. Ah, there goes the camera. Breathe on it the wrong way, and it. Breathe. I'm really trying here. I don't know what to tell you. Well, I'll be back with you when I get to the tractor. I just got to put 2 screws in this. This job will be done. The tractor's sitting right over there. Oh, this old girl here has seen better days. I think this is the one too. It's either getting air in the fuel system or something. It takes forever to get it to start. It looks like they've got a brand new window in this thing. That's brand new glass. Must have knocked the window out of it. Okay, and these guys are always pulling the key out, and you never know what the hell they've done with it. Oh, there it is. Thought he said they put a battery in it, because it's deader than a door now. Probably did put a battery in it, and it's got some kind of draw with the key off. This thing years ago, these we put steering cylinders. Man, these pins. I'll never forget that thing. How hard we fought to get them pins out of there. Man, they were in there. And we heat and beat on that thing forever, getting them pins in there. Yeah, it's got a brand new battery in it, and it's deader than a doornail. They obviously have some kind of draw with the key on the battery with the key off. And the bad thing about this jump starter, if the current won't go through the battery, this thing won't even, I don't really care for this thing. I mean, they did, when you can do it, it's okay. When you can jump it, but when the battery's dead enough, let's see what it does here. Okay, where's the positive at? Very easy to get to with the loader on there. Okay, let's see what it does. That's real nice, huh? Okay, I got it on there. Lift pump's running. They got something. See how kind of wet looking? I mean, there's something like leaking somewhere, causing this thing to get airbound. They obviously got something drawing the battery down with the key off. Okay. Okay, what's it doing here? Did it time out? Yeah, see, that's another thing I don't like about it. It's a timeout bullshit. Okay. Huh. Alright, let me figure out what the heck we're gonna do here. Let's see if I can start it with the remote starter switch back here. Didn't like that. Wonder if the alternator's not charging. Hey, let me do it again. Huh. 20 volts, but as soon as I take that jumper off, she just dies, huh? 20 volts. That alternator must be overcharging. It's probably ruined that battery. Yeah, I think the thing to do, so we can, the tractor won't move And that might be what's causing a lot of the problems right there. Let's take the regulator, must be bad in this alternator. Let me pull the positive wire off of it, and then we'll jump it again. That regulator's got to be bad in that alternator and causing it to overcharge. That's probably why they're destroying the batteries. Okay, I was told the tractor wouldn't move. I got a feeling that alternator, I got the main wire coming off the alternator going to the batteries unhooked, and I put my voltmeter right on the stud of the alternator. The exciter wire is still hooked up to it. It's still charging 20 volts right at the alternator. It's moving, but that doesn't explain why it wouldn't start from the cab. I've got to investigate that. So there should be a clutch potentiometer, which is this one, and then a switch, which would be this one for starting. That should be your start switch right there. Let me get me, why does that have a wire? I'll have to check this switch out. Okay. Well, that would explain why the tractor doesn't start. No voltage at all going to that. This is all going underneath the floorboard here. Is there anything on the clutch potentiometer? Okay, so we got 5-volt reference and a ground, so that's working. It moved, so it's more than likely that's probably fine. It didn't like me unplugging that. He's probably gonna wind up getting another battery too. I gotta figure out why this is not getting any power to it. Let's just turn the key on. Maybe, let's see here. What? Make sure that I'm testing this correctly. Maybe something as simple as a fuse blown? Probably not. I remember years ago, I tore the floor plate out of this. The wires were broken to something on this tractor. I might have put these wires in there, you know what? Alright, I've had enough of listening to that. Alright, yeah, I gotta figure out. I think I put this wire in there years ago. You can see where I butt connected them. This red wire should have power on it. I gotta figure out what's going on here. I had a problem with this tractor a long time ago, probably 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. It's been a while ago. It wouldn't move, and it ended up being a speed sensor on the flywheel housing. Some speed sensor in there was bad, and it wouldn't move. And we had taken this transmission controller out and sent it off and had it tested. They said it was fine. They sent it back. So we kept looking anyways. It ended up being a speed sensor. But at that time we sent that controller off, Case's discontinued this. You can't even get these anymore. You gotta send them off and get them fixed. So let's turn this back on now that I got the neutral safety hooked up. Let's see if it'll start from the cab. There's my hot wire right there. Still nothing, huh? Interesting. I would have really thought that I would have action there. Yeah, power there now. Let's check out. That grounds that side. Okay, the switch is working. I got power to it, and it's still not doing anything. It's wonder what the hell's going on, huh? I mean, the shuttle's in neutral, isn't it? Okay, and the e-brake is on. Plug this back in, so I guess I can get a meter out here, see if we get any power on this wire. The start solenoid fits pretty loose on there. It's pretty damn loose. The wire's going up into the loom. I'll try again. I doubt that's the problem, but the switch is working correctly. Huh. Okay. No good. Okay, gotta figure out, there's something else going on with it. Okay, you can physically see power there. Now these three wires here, see, I got power when I go to start there. I got power when I go to start there. That's the one that's hot. That's the feed. And I got power when I go to start there. You know, things just weren't making any sense, and so I thought, you know, I wanted to check voltage with this wire disconnected from the alternator. Now I know what's going on. It was just seeing the exciter wire power from the ignition is what it was doing, because I got to looking at this main battery wire because there was no power. That should be going to the battery or to the starter or something. I got to tracing it out, and I got to look back in there, guys. There's the wire right there. Somebody has been dicking around and didn't get it hooked up. So let's get that hooked up. Everything might change now. Now I have battery power on 1030. Wow, what a concept, huh? Unbelievable what some of these guys will do to you when they start messing with stuff and they don't tell nobody what they did, so you're sitting there just trying to figure stuff out. Wrap that around there because I'm going to wind up hot wiring that probably. I got a feeling I still probably don't have any power there in the cab on that wire. I think that's still a problem. You never know though. Where is the working end of my power probe at? Where in the hell's the business end at? Put the key on, and I think I'm still not going to have any power. No, I still don't have any power there. So let me hot wire this thing, guys. Oh, guys, that wire was causing problems with everything. So I don't even need to do anything with this because that's working fine now too. Everything was associated with that one wire. So what I think happens here is, I think when you hit, what in the world is going on here? Hang on, it's always something. Just kind of curious with, just for my own thinking here, how this actually works. Oh, come on. It must be when you go to the start position and put power to that. So I'm thinking. So if I turn the key on, oh come on, trying to hold that with my knee and run the switch too. Yep, that's what it does. Okay, when you go to the start, it puts power through the controller back to this wire, and then back out one of these wires to the start relay. Okay, so that was the whole problem, was that somebody had been messing with it. I haven't touched this tractor in like 2 years. Somebody's been messing with it and had that wire off, and it was tucked down between the starter and the block where you couldn't see it. The only way I figured out, I wanted to make sure that the alternator was not a problem, because I thought, you know, that's kind of weird. I started checking the signal line, the exciter wire, and I was getting like 18 volts on that. And I thought, what the hell's going on? That should have battery power on it, and ignition power off the battery. And then I checked the wire, the main battery wire off the alternator, with it off the alternator, and there was nothing on it. And then then the light came on in my head. So anyways, I'm gonna put the floor plate and all this shit back together and get out of here.